Next week, all right? Bye-bye, Pamela. See you next week. Be good
Will you
girl.
be back in time for the school concert?
No promises, but I'll do my very best, all right?
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Morning.
I leave for work early in the morning, before most people are up. But then I've got further to go than most people. I start from Dice Airport, Aberdeen. It's like a commuter station, and the rush hour starts before 6:30. Most of us are on our way to work in the oil fields up the North Sea. I'm headed for the Brent field myself, a platform called Brent Charlie. The journey to work begins with a flight from Aberdeen to Sunbury in Shetland. That's 170 miles to start with. From Shetland, you have to go out to the oil field by helicopter. That means getting into a survival suit. Always a bit of a struggle, but it's a must when you're flying over the North Sea. Flying conditions are good today. That makes a nice change. They can be terrible. Storms in winter, fog in summer. Just getting people to and from work in the North Sea can be a major headache in itself. In this chopper, it's about 1¼ hours, 1½ if there's a headwind. An expensive way to commute maybe, but everything offshore is expensive. A lot of people don't realize just how far offshore that really is. For the supply boat, it's 24 hours hard slog out to sea. There's my home for the next 7 days. 180 of us will be working, eating and sleeping on a town on legs in 140 meters of water, a town called Charlie. Brent Charlie does 2 jobs. It collects and pumps the oil from the other 3 Brent platforms, and it drills to extract its own oil from the reservoir below. That's why we're all here, to drill and produce oil. Some people say the platform looks like a bit of Meccano sticking out of the sea, but it's designed and built to withstand winds gusting at 160 miles an hour and waves the height of a 10-story block of flats. As OIM, Offshore Installation Manager, the platform is now my responsibility. There's a hell of a lot of walking to do, and most of it up and down stairs. If all the equipment that's squeezed into this platform was spread out on dry land, it'd cover about 10 acres, and I'd get a car to go around it. To support human beings in a region that's fit only for fish and seagulls, there's a power station big enough to light a small town, desalinators to help out with the fresh water supply, and a heating system. We've even got our own sewage works, and our rubbish is taken off by boat so we don't pollute the sea around us.
A lot of people don't realize that on this platform we have 40 wells. Each one is drilled out, not vertically, but drilled out in a different direction. So that if you looked at it from above, it would be rather like a star, I suppose, with wells radiating out in different directions. Every well has a target which we drill towards, and that target area is usually as small as 50 feet. And that's quite small when you consider that the hole is 10,000 feet deep and 7,000 feet away from the platform.
In the laboratory, we make round-the-clock chemical checks on the quality of the oil. The pump room is the heart of Brent Charlie. This is where we receive the oil from the other 3 platforms and pump it with our own 120 miles under the sea to the terminal ashore. Every inch of the platform is put to work. The legs and the concrete foundations they rest on are used for oil storage. Because it's so vital to continue producing oil, the maintenance schedule is never ending. There's a constant program of modification and improvement. We're learning all the time, because out here we're doing what's never been done before.
Excuse me, Barney. Can you call in the safety vessel? We intend to have men working you over the side.
Safety vessel, men over the side. Which side are you going on?
On the northwest corner.
Northwest corner. Okay, stand by 1. Prince Philip, the Brent Charlie.
Brent Charlie, Prince Philip, yes, good afternoon.
We're planning to put some men to work over the northwest corner, visibility permitting. Is it likely that you can come in and keep a watch on them, over?
Yeah, okay, Charlie, this is the Prince Philip. We've got you in visual contact. You can go down when you're ready.
Hello, Ian. The number of cabins on board is 53, accommodating 180 odd people. They are looked after by 4 stewards, who is responsible for changing the beds every day, supplying clean, fresh towels every day.
should have stayed some of these guys come down. I mean, it's just not real. I've seen some of these guys walking about. Now you can just see the wee pair of eyes. They're just covered in mud from head to foot, you know, and their feet are absolutely soaking. But it just means you've got to clean up after them.
I'm a state-registered nurse. The sick bay is very well equipped for minor accidents to the major accidents, where you can stabilise the man to get him in a fit state to either be evacuated from the platform, or as we have now, we have a doctor in the field, and if you were in real emergency, you would call him up if you required his immediate assistance.
The food part of the game is a very important thing. It's the highlight of their day to come into the mess hall and to have a good, wholesome meal.
Well, the largest meal I've ever seen anybody eat. A chap came along and had 4 T-bone steaks. And he came back and had another 2 with all the trimmings, and he devoured a lot. No trouble.
The evening meal rounds off the day for some of us. For others, it's more like a breakfast. That's because the platform never sleeps. Extracting the oil and pumping it ashore goes on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Brent Charlie, Dick, Brent Charlie, Dick. This is Golf, Bravo, Delta, India, Lima, for practice only, requesting immediate emergency landing, over.
We have anything from 10 to 60 flights a day, so the helideck crews train regularly for emergencies.
Okay, Tony, knock off, clear the deck! Golf, India, Lima, Charlie, Dick, the deck is clear, you are clear to land.
How are the kids, all right? Super, yeah. Yeah, everything's, yeah, fine. I'll be home tomorrow. Should be no problems.
That's the end of another week offshore. Mostly work, problems and responsibility. It may not be everybody's idea of a good life, but I enjoy the challenge.
It's about the best platform in the North Sea. I've done 7.
The hardest thing is coming back out again. I'm terrified of flying. I've always got my friend, I hold it in his arm.
With sunrise and sunsets out here that no other person would see.
You know, it's such a tremendous experience to come offshore and see a platform like such as this. It's like being in the front line for the first time.